I want to speak about it's a woman's privilege to do whatever she so pleases in this society that we've created. Because it's a man's pride to say that he'll never hit or do anything to a female. But they put it that way so that you can rebel against men. They called women men so that you will rebel against men who are just called men. And then there's female, so you rebel against the male. But it's still from olden times, it's a woman's responsibility to know everything and to have knowledge of everything, because they're spending the time stagnant around and with nature. So they're the ones who soak in all the nature around them. Women are the people who don't have to eat meat every day, and a man eats meat every single day, no matter what, for every meal. So they're more in tune with nutrition, with creativity, and with nature, to do things naturally. To say, why would I do something in this man-made technological so-called advancement when I could just stay here with nature? So it's a woman's um, privilege to do what they can ever they want to do now, but it's what other people have created for them. But initially, it's their role to have the knowledge, basically, because a man is just an idiot who's just doing a bunch of stupid stuff all the time. If you could ever look at the generalized population of man and the depiction of them in the media and in the Western mind, then it's always just some dumb guy doing something, and then you got some big, strong, brute, princey type of guy who is used as a catalyst for dates. And when people watch movies together, they say, "You don't look like that guy." So no matter what, I can, while we're watching this, I can think to myself, or whisper this, or say this bluntly, that you're trying to act big for me, but look at this guy on the television screen. So that you differentiate everyone with on the television screen. Whereas if it's a guy watching this movie, he's not going to say anything, or he's going to try not to think anything about this really pretty girl on the screen, because for one, the girl that you're with will probably just want to be lesbian with the woman on the screen, because it just overwhelms the nature within you. Because if you look at nature and then you look at what is destroying nature and what destroys and destroyed nature, it's more predominant in the male fashion. So that's why a female would rather you just be dressed, although for most of the population of females would rather you just be dressing nice rather than you be dressing overbearingly close to what's displayed in fashion for a man as a famous person or a celebrity or someone who's taller, bigger, and more handsome than you are. Because it's safe and it's more humble and it's more exact for more of the general population of the women. But from as far as I can see, it's mostly that men are dressing for men, and just ironically, women are dressing for women because of the social injustice of people judging them. Is not going to be a man judging the woman per se, because the man is just going to want to have sex with the woman, and the woman is going to want a plain, simple, normal guy, because the way that men are depicted in the media is a contradiction to who they know you are as a generalized, ordinary person in society within the population. So a woman is supposed to know all about the medicines and be almost shamanic in the society, so that men, when they go out hunting or whatever, have something to come back to that's always staying there. Because a man is the one that wants to dive into all these avenues, and he is the one that is destroying this earth. Whereas a woman is not destroying this earth at all, so she feels obligated and that she can say or do whatever she wants to, because it really is the men that are destroying this humanity. So in the contradictory terms, and from a genius standpoint, they're right to say that we can do whatever we want and say whatever we want, because we're more healthy and we see from uh, a clearer a clearer consciousness than a man does, because they, for one, they eat more meat, and they take in all these crazy things. They can, for instance, inhale more weed than a woman can. A man can turn crazier, because it's almost homosexual in a way that a man's trying to act crazier for other men, so other men view that man as crazy. And then if you show that craziness to the woman, but this is just speaking in society now, it would have to be completely exact and super naturally mathematical for your craziness to appeal to this woman who wants to accept you as this craziness, but they know that you're not really that crazy, because they can compare you with someone who's famous, who is their idol, who is their dream, whoever, that they can just click on the computer and imagine that's better than what you would say for now as to who you are, until you guys are in an actual relationship. In that instance, they would just support you and defend you. So that's why it's hard for a guy to approach a girl nowadays, because it's not natural to for a woman to, in their mind, reaffirm themselves as an opposite of what they're feeling, to actually live as the unnaturalness of their mind. And their mind's already unnatural, so the mutation of the unnaturalness is a multiplied form of the unnaturalness that was there already. Because if a girl's role in for the most part is to be the one that's trying to leave, or the one who's watching whatever's there that's presented by the male, and the male's supposed to be the one who goes after the female. For the most part, for most animals in nature, it's like that. If the female leaves, then the guy chases. But then with ultra feminism and ultra sexism that's been forced upon you by the media and all the social conditioning, then the woman says, I'm the one that runs always. So no matter what you do, it's going to, if it's not like a love thing where the woman can't change that inside their psyche, because that's pretty much what love does, then it's hard for instance, someone who's not actually connected to nature actually meet the right spells for them, because they're so concerned with the general population of men rather than that one man in particular in front of them. So the natural instinct becomes the ego, which is connected to the feelings. So once you connect the ego to the feelings, uh, then naturally the natural reaction to every man is to say, fuck that guy, I'm with my girls. And then a guy who is socially and justically suppressed because of this, then men just go back into men and become more crazier, and it only multiplies the perception of the woman who's viewing this from their own perception of that man, and it only makes it worse, and we are only making it worse. Words, you take something that you're gonna say and you become the actual lie that you're saying, so that you repress the truth about what you're trying to say because you don't want to be weak and swayed by what is put in front of you. You want to be in control of your own emotions and everything, but it's your mind trying to do something that only your soul can. And that's why if you were to experience no mind, then you would know that your soul outweighs your emotions and controls everything, because once